you can do this two different ways. You can do it what we just did. You can try to line them up on the table and have them lie down on top of it and then try to connect. I don't personally like that way because it's too, there's a lot of adjustments to make, and it's easier to do this one, to me, when they're standing up. Just put it on while they're standing there. So, if you would come around here, please. I want you to note the two differences. The one with the smaller pad is the one that goes on above. It's up the top one. So what I would do for this one is align my loops so that he just basically puts it on like a vest. So he'll go this way, and this way. Because my belt buckles, as you see, are on the outside. I don't want them on him. And now I've kind of got this lined up initially to start here. I will loosen these up a little bit and get them kind of. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach them, but not tightly. I'm saving that for once he lies down on the table. And then I'll put the bottom one on. All right, so that's just where it is. I'm just putting it there so it's in the spot I want it when I want it. Now the bottom loops will face the feet down here, and this is the inside. The belts are on the outside. This one came out of the loops here, so be aware that there's an extra loop that these need to go through. Don't miss that. All right, loops are hanging down on the bottom. I'm going to reach around, Tim, and grab the other side and come this way, loosen that up, and just attach it. Make sure my belts aren't crisscrossed.
What is that?
What?
The top?
Oh, these loops are what's attached to the table. That's what anchors him from above and below. And hold that for me, please, right there. Make sure it's not twisted. It is twisted.
There's one that, yeah, it's twisted on the back. That is a lot of stress, though.
If you do it enough, it'll be fine. Okay. So, you just pull on these and they'll give you slack. And you'll tighten them. Okay, so these buckles, in essence, will be lined up. Turn around for me, please, Connor. Lined up from top to bottom, not overlapped, but just right in a row. Okay. All right, so if you can see on each of the loops on either shoulder and hanging down, there's a little middle ring. It's not a ring, there's what that shape is. What is that shape? So,
sunset.
Sunset shape?
Like when the sun sets on the water.
Yeah, it's halfway, almost halfway.
You know what?
Let's see what you said. Okay, so he's going to lie down, and the thing to note here is, on this one, you could lie the pillow this way because there was no strap. This strap is going to be coming around here and attaching underneath, so I don't want my pillow in the way. The pillow should be a long way so that the straps can go on either side of the pillow. So make sure the table is locked. This is your release right here. It doesn't actually say, so experiment. It unhooks, and you can see it slide. Okay, make sure it's locked before he lies down. Critical element. Good. All right, calm down, please. All right, good. First thing, just like this table, I got a pillow here, but I want his legs up. Can you bend them for me, please? I am going to put him up one leg at a time up onto this thing. Okay, so pull it up. Bring this over. You can see that the bar in the middle is offset a little bit because the rope has to go down the middle. So it's just off to the side for a reason. So I think that's pretty decent. I want the bulk of his hip weight to be on this pad here because the table separates here. If he's too high up, then when that separates, it's not really pulling on him. So have his glutes right on this one. All right, the fun part is attaching all this stuff. So find the rings and find the underneath strap, okay? This will come around. You can't see, you're gonna see that? You're in trouble. And hook it to this, okay? It has to be on the vinyl cushion here because there's a spot here in the middle it could fall into, so make sure that's there. This strap is easy to tighten but hard to loosen. So if you're just here, you can just pull on it and it snugs this up. Okay? If you need to undo it, then it's a different story. I'll show you later. Find the ring, find the strap from underneath, bring it over the top. I do need to loosen this one too. So that's okay for now. The straps on this one should be along the anterior delts area, not too much over the chest, not too wide on the arms, just right along this area. Okay? All right? Now, I'll probably do this one later because it's not important right now. I want to tighten this up a little bit. So, what I'm going to do, again here, is make sure that these pads aren't too far underneath him or on top of him, just off to the side. This pad here, this pad. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. Good, and I'll try to line these up as close to the middle as I can. Be careful how much you pull on this, nice and easy so that you can line them up. Okay, now that the fun part begins, we're gonna snug this up. You have to do one buckle at a time, and so we're gonna do a few breaths, okay? So again, depending on what side you feel strongest from, some people like to be on the same side that they're pulling. I like to be on the other side, so I'm going to show you from the other side. So Connor, can you, I'm going to take up a little slack first before he does that, because I don't want to have to pull the whole way. So there's a little slack there. All right, so I'm going to hold this. If I put my finger on this part of the buckle, I can loosen it up real quick, but I also want to kind of anchor it there while I pull this strap leaning into it that way. So take a breath in for me, please, Connor. Let it out nice and easy. And then while he exhales, I try to snug that up. When you get good and efficient and fast, you can probably get 2 of those in before he exhales all the way. If you want to just take your time the first time and do all the breaths, then you'll do it individually for each strap. Take a breath in, down. I'll grab the other one while he's still there. Good. Okay. All right, one more time. Breathe in. Down. Okay. So whatever you just did, and then as you fidget and set everything else up, you're gonna have to go back and do that one more time before you start the machine, because just lying there and adjusting and breathing could loosen these up just a little bit. So once is not enough. You gotta do this a couple times. Okay. But I'm gonna let him hang out for a second there. As I go to the rope, the loop's hanging down from this side. Both have a metal part to it. They will go together underneath his feet on this side of the bar that's here, okay? So this one doesn't have a rope release. I can just pull it straight out. I'm gonna attach it to both hook, or both, call it a ring, it's not a ring, some sort of ring. But I attach it to both, and then that'll be underneath here, okay? So, now I have to do my adjustment for the angle. So, as noted with this table, cervical and lumbar are both 30 degrees. Cervical on this one is also 30 degrees. The only one that's not is lumbar on this table. It is straight. There's no 30 degrees. It'll be just parallel to the floor or to the table, okay? You can use a goney if you want to make sure, but you just eyeball it, right? So I'm gonna have to go up from here. Just kind of watch where it is until I feel like it's straight. Right there, somewhere in there, it's good. You can be close. All right, so I'm gonna set the amount now. Sir, how much do you weigh?
250.
Okay. Carly, 25% of 250.
215.
It's
250.
It's not
250.
It's not
Five,
a
okay,
It's not the same.
225. Yeah.
It's approximate. It's gonna be a half. All right, so time, go 8. Static is already set. All right, our high force, did you say 70?
75.
All right, go 75. So this machine, when you're over, and I always forget it every year, I think it's 40 pounds. If you pull more than that, it will make you push the button twice to make sure you're doing the right thing, that you're not doing cervical and trying to pull 40 pounds or something.
Oh my God.
So I set that for that. I'm gonna come back here again and just do an extra little snug. He doesn't have to do all the breaths again. I'm just gonna make sure I've taken up all the slack that's there. You okay, sir? All right, my rope is ready. I'm at 0. He's got a button. It's red. That's for you. If you don't like it, let me know. Okay, unfortunately also, there's a little extra step for this one. This one I said has an extra like spring tension in it that accommodates for the tension and will come back together. This one does not. So, and also this thing pulls really fast. This one's slow. So if I put 75 pounds of pull and I just unlock the table and hit start, it's gonna go right to 75 within a few seconds. We don't want that. Now you can adjust that by the setting, but if you want static, you have to manually control the release of this table, the pull of it, okay? So what that requires is for you to use your thigh to hold the table closed. Because I have to unlock that thing and hit the start button, but control the pull that's really fast. So what I'll do, I will hit the start button, but have my thigh here with pressure on it so the table doesn't open. Because when I unlock it, it's gonna try to do it quickly. So I'm gonna turn and have my start button, but it's gonna say system check underway, and it realizes it's more than 40. So it says high force of 40 has been set. Is that okay with you? Don't hit the set button again, you hit the OK button. Then it will start. Now, as it starts to pull, I reach forward and unlock the table, and then I slowly release the pressure on the table as it opens up in the middle. You see it opening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't let it go quickly. Really control that movement. And then slowly keep letting off your leg, and eventually at some point, you're gonna feel that there's no pressure on your leg, and that'll be the end of that pull. Then you can walk away. It'll still be adjusting, but I felt the release. You okay, Connor? Okay. So anytime he wiggles or moves or breathes, you'll feel a little adjustment, and it'll do that throughout the treatment if he has to sneeze or talk or whatever. But as long as you can see on here that it says 75 pounds of pull, then you know it's okay. So that's a little the quirky nuances of that table, but it works. And that's it.